everyone, my name is Leanna and this is week 5, I believe, biochemical testing for microbial identification. This is for carbohydrate fermentation testing. So I have all of my supplies already set up and I have all my tubes labeled. So I'm going to place them in my rack so I don't knock them over. I also have my cultures of my S. epidermidis and S. cerevisiae, also known as brewer's yeast. I have my Durham tubes right here, which have been sterilized in alcohol and are drying. And next, I have also my glucose powder, fructose powder, and mannitol. So what I'm going to do first is take S. cerevisiae, number 1, and I'm just going to sterilize the lip. And then I'm going to take half of my glucose powder into the tube. Well, first, I'm going to shake it up to make sure it's all broken down. Alright, and then I am going to sterilize the lip. And recap the vial. And I'm going to do the same thing to my second one. I'm going to shake the powder for it to dissolve. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my next 2 vials. This one is fructose. And then I am going to flame the lip again. And shaking to make sure it dissolves. And finally, with mantle. So now all of my fennel and red broth have the powders. I'm gonna let them. And then I'm going to insert 1 tube of the Durham tube invertedly. Just like that. Okay, I am then going to, I'm going to arrange my specimen so that S. epidermidis is this side and S. cerevisiae is on this side. So I'm going to first do epidermidis. I am going to flame the lid. I'm then going to take a pipette. First I'm going to do this. I'm going to flame the lip. Just making sure it's the right one. And I'm going to take 4 drops. So 4. flame this. Okay, now that's done with S. epidermidis. I am then going to do the same thing with S. cerevisiae on this end. Okay, so now that they have all been inoculated, I'm going to place my test rack in my incubation site and then check back within 12 hours, and if there's no growth, I'll check back an additional 6. Hi everyone, my name is Lana, and this is a follow-up to this week's labs on carbohydrate fermentation testing. So these have been incubating for about, I want to say 14 hours. And we've definitely had some chemical reactions going on. So here's with the malolol on the S. epidermis and S. cerevisiae. They both, if you can tell, they both have had a color change, but I would say not enough. So I think it is positive for carbohydrate fermenter, but there has been much more of a reaction in both the fructose and glucose. So if you can see, they actually look very similar, the both of them. So probably I would say that S. cerevisiae has created more oxygen bubbles or gas production than fructose. But again, they're both at a very high degree. The same thing with the mannitol. They have high degree of gas production. And then next we have the glucose. This is definitely, if you can tell, these are lighter than the two. So we've definitely had fermentation going on with both these. With the glucose, they actually seem very similar. But it looks like S. epidermidis they all have a lot of gas production in all of them, actually. Like all of them are filled with gas. There's no even small bubbles. It's like filled to the brim with gas, if you can see, because they're floating at the top. So to me, that means that they've all fermented carbohydrate. Probably fructose and glucose a little bit more than the mannitol.